Welcome to In-House Counsel Insights, where in-house attorneys brings their tips and experiences to share with you. Here today, I have Bria Riley. She's Director of Corporate Counsel at Keurig Dr. Pepper. Thanks for joining us today, Bria. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris, for having me. I appreciate that too.
So we're going to have a fairly quick interview today because Bria's in the middle of back-to-back meetings today. So I really wanted to focus on a point of Bria, which is her passion for helping law students and other students. And so I'm just going to really kick that off and explore why she has that passion. And just to begin, Bria, how did you decide to become a lawyer in the first place?
Well, I definitely did not have examples of it. I am a first generation lawyer. And initially, I wanted to go into politics. I was a strange kid that way. And all of the politicians I was researching, because of course, my parents were like, all right, well, if this is what you want to do, you need to go research it. So we had one computer in the house at the time and a whole bunch of encyclopedias and all of that. So they're like, go research it. So I go research it. And a lot of the people I was looking up had gone to law school. And that was my only indication that that was what I was supposed to do. So that was my introduction into it. And that's why I wanted to do it. And now I'm not even in politics. And I don't know if I ever will want to be. But I think the 8-year-old girl in me who thought it enough to have those big dreams back then and then to continue it and see it out as an adult.
So you said you were a first generation law student. So did you get any type of mentorship or help as you were going through the process of law school and then through your legal career?
Yeah, I definitely had internships in college, one of which was with the controller of the city of Houston, and he had gone to law school. He was a lawyer and he was also a finance guy. And he took me under his wing. He kind of showed me the ropes a little bit. I also took an LSAT prep course through my university, which is University of Houston, Go Cougs, here in Texas. And so I did that as well and just kind of got the ins and outs of what to expect, what was going to be on the LSAT, and what that exam was going to mean in the grand scope of my application into law school. And even on that, I got to be honest, I bombed the LSAT. I was not a good LSAT taker, much better at the bar exam. Yeah, thank God. But the LSAT was just, those damn logic games didn't make any sense to me.
They did not to me either. I totally agree with you.
So that was my way of getting into law school. And there weren't very many law schools willing to open their doors to me, because even though I had a great GPA from college and all of this community experience back then, at least when I was applying 2014, 2015, law schools were really big on the LSAT. That was the main thing that they were looking at. And it wasn't as holistic as it is now. You see a lot of schools kind of doing away with the LSAT. I wasn't fortunate enough to be in that generation when that was happening. So I went to a law school that took a chance on me and gave me scholarship money. And that was at the time, John Marshall in Chicago. It's now University of Illinois, Chicago School of Law. So it's Chicago's first public law school. And I'm so proud of them. They're rising in the ranks. But so that school took a chance on me. And even when I knew that, okay, I got the grades, I could transfer to another school and, be in a T15, I didn't feel like I was denied opportunities at the school I was at. So for anyone out there who's at a school where you don't know if this is going to help you get to where you want to be, if you're not being denied opportunities and you're doing what you have to do to make opportunities for yourself, I say stick with it, especially if you weigh the pros and cons and it's more beneficial for you to stay. And that was definitely the case in my situation. And so, yeah, and that's how I ended up in Chicago, going to law school there and graduating from UIC.
And I try not to interject too much, but I had a similar experience and ended up getting a job at a firm that wouldn't even do on-campus interviews with my law school because of how it was ranked. But I literally just on my own blanketed the universe with resumes, and that one tended to hit. So I feel you, and I stayed at that school, and it was a great education. And I was able to, do everything I wanted to do. I did not have to transfer out after that first semester at all.
Right.
So tell us about your passion project. What's it called, and what do you do to give back?
Yeah, so I am the founder of Law School Gyms, and it runs on YouTube, LinkedIn, and on Instagram. You can find it at Law School Gems. And basically, it's a video series that discusses different topics that would be relevant to law students in their legal journey. So everything from case briefing to test taking to note taking to office hours, networking, resume building, workshops, career building, all of it. It all lives there. And I wanted to create it as a free, accessible resource for anyone who wanted to take advantage of it, because I know how costly law school is, but then also convenient, right? At your fingertips, you can pick up your phone, pick up your device, and rely on that content when you want to, and then use it to your benefit, and hopefully, take advantage of that and let that be a guiding force for you, especially if it's very intimidating when you get to law school and you feel like you don't know who to turn to or who to trust, or what to take advantage of, what information. I understand that it can be intimidating thinking about whether to go to your professors or not. And so having someone that maybe looks like you, that you can relate to, who's been there and is just giving you, tips and tricks that you don't have to really try to probe into a lot, is helpful. It's definitely helpful. So that's what Law School Gems and is. And if anyone, needs any help, or feel free to reach out to me via those social media sites, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Instagram, and I'll definitely, respond back.
Okay. And definitely I'll drop a link to that. What motivated you to do this?
Well, we were in the middle of a global pandemic, and I was mentoring a lot of law students. And fortunate enough, from the pandemic, I was able to meet law students virtually from all over the country, some in different parts of the world. And I was like, what if I could put all of this content that I'm talking to these students in sparse areas and just put it in a place where it lives, it exists, and everyone can take advantage of it. Even if I can't give you my individual attention because other things are going on, you have a resource there that you can go plug into. And that was helpful and needed at the time. And so that's where it was born. That's how it came about. And now it's here, flourishing.
I love it, Bria. Well, I want to respect your time. We're almost at 8 minutes. I know you have a jam-packed day, so I want to thank you so much for jumping in with us and spending a few minutes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Chris. And I will be happy to do it again. Hopefully we can get some more time.
Okay, thanks.
Right. Bye.